Yes, it's Friday, 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 Friday. Not Sunday, 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 but Friday, Friday, Friday. It is Epic Fail Friday, where I am going to share with you some epic fails from my life so you don't feel so bad about your life. Also, some lessons that I learned from those. These are funny stories, trust me. You're going to stick around for this. This is how I set myself on fire twice. Coming up. Yes, on fire. You heard me. I said on fire. Fire! Fire, fire, fire. Fred Moore here, coming at you, time and stress management expert and bald guy. I am not bald because I set myself on fire twice. No, that is not why. I had hair when I did both of these things. And matter of fact, I had long hair at one point when I was playing with a lot of fire. But I'll get to that later on. All right. First of all, I just want to ask you, do me a favor right now. You're watching this, you're engaged, you're like, yeah, baby, let's do this thing, right? What I want you to do is, boom, there it is. I pushed the wrong button, right? Arrows. I wanted arrows up there. I wanted arrows. I want you to do a favor and hit the like button, hit the share button, hit some other button below this video right now. Well, not the thumbs down. Thumbs up, I would prefer. So subscribe, whatever you want to do. Just share the love with some peoples out there. So, why Epic Fails Friday, you ask? Maybe you didn't ask that. Maybe you just want to hear the story about how I cut myself on fire. I'm going to tell you why. Everything you hear or see on social media, any posts, it's all great, right? It's all great. At least the things that people are posting about themselves, right? I got this idea because, you know, those epic fail videos, right? They're hilarious. They're other people screwing up and up. Makes you feel good about yourself, right? But what about people you actually know? Like me, right? You're watching this, you must know me, you heard of me, something like that. What about real people? Everything you see on social media that people post about themselves is the good stuff. You don't see how they fell on their face, how they failed at something they were trying to do to get to where they are. You don't see the hard work, you don't see the failures, you don't see the trials and tribulations they've gone through. No, you don't see it. All you see is the good stuff, right? And a lot of people look at other people's lives and they're like, wow, they got it so great, man. But they don't realize all the stuff they had to go through to get where they are right now. Hence, Epic Fail Friday. All right, so how did I catch myself on fire? I'm glad you asked. Two different times. If you don't know my background, it's a wall with some shelves. All right, I started out as a performer. I still perform to this day besides the keynote speaking and coaching that I do. I love getting on the stage. I love making people laugh, amazing them, specifically magic. I used to do magic, still do. Like I guess I don't classify myself as a magician anymore. I don't know why I used this because it's a magician. But my career started as a magician and I worked some theme parks. Theme parks, comedy clubs, stuff like that. These are the places where a performer can go and get really good at what they do. Theme parks, I was doing multiple shows over the days, 6 days a week. Comedy clubs, you can do, 5 or 6 shows during the week. And one show a night, two shows on Fridays and Saturdays nights. So it's a great place to work out material, right? To get things out in front of an audience to see if they work or not. First instance of the fire was at a theme park, place called Geauga Lake up in Ohio. It's not there anymore. I mean, Ohio is still there. Just the theme park closed down years ago. Not due to fire. Come on, don't get ahead of me. Come on, people. So anyway, what had happened is my big opening number was I came on stage in my tuxedo. Yes, I was a magician. You had to wear a tuxedo, I guess. And my assistant came out and I had a scarf around my neck and the music was going and I'd come out and I'd light a lighter, very magical. And then this burst of flame would appear and then a rose would appear. Oh, boo, magically produced a rose and I'd hand it to my assistant and then I'd move on with the routine. I'm going to let you in a little secret. The magic fire thing was a little piece of paper called flash paper, right? You light it, it flashes, all right? I'm not giving any secrets away here. I had to go through a lot of flash paper. Every show, there was a sheet of flash paper about this big. And it came on a little pad with a staple right through it. Right? You tear off the front cover, and then you got like, I don't know, 20, 50 sheets, whatever it was in there. So every show, I would tear off, crumple it up, go out there. There we go. Well, it got to the end of the pad, and there was like a piece of, there was like two left. So you know what? I just took the whole stack. Well, whenever you tear off paper that has a staple through it, there's a little bit of the paper that stays behind, right? It wasn't perforated or anything. So what I ended up with was a sheet and a half of the flash paper, and then a stack of flash paper bits, about big, a little bigger than my pinky thumbnail, but just a little bit, right? But I balled those up. Yeah. I go out there, do the opening number, light the lighter, flash. Well, it was a bigger ball of fire than normal because I had more flash paper. Duh. What happened was it was still burning as it was falling, and it fell down to my scarf. Well, the edge of my scarf that I was wearing had fringes. Had is the operative word here. The fringes caught on fire. Now, I'm doing the show. I have no idea this is going on. And all of a sudden, it gets really warm right about here. It's rather warm out. We were at an outdoor gazebo, sun was shining, and I'm thinking, well, it's rather warm, but just here today. Just right here, it's rather warm. And I look over at my assistant, and she was standing there waiting for the magical rose, and she looked over at me and saw I was on fire and decided I need to step back because he's on fire. Didn't tell me I was on fire. Afterwards, I asked her, I said, what would you? She said, well, I just thought you were working on a new bit. I didn't know. You didn't tell me. I just thought, oh, this is new. Yeah. And so I looked at her. She stepped away, and I looked down, and the scarf is like, and I'm like, just beat the flames out. All right. And then continued on with the routine. Like it was part of the show, right? Like it was part of the show. That was number one. Number one, when I caught myself on fire. Not too bad, not too bad. Second time, a little bit worse. Working a comedy club. And I was doing an effect called the fire book. It's a book that fire comes out. I know, great name, right? And I think the bit I was doing is, when you get the knock on the door, the solicitors are coming by. Hey, have you heard about whatever, And so I would take this book and go, no, but I have this book I'd like to read from you. And I'd open up the book and flames would shoot out of the book. All right. Again, I'm not giving away anything, but this is a prop. It's a gimmick. And this gimmick involved igniters and fire. Okay? Now, there was a wick inside this book. And what you were supposed to do was take lighter fluid and squirt in it and absorb the lighter fluid so then when it burst, it had something to burn, it wouldn't burn the book. Well, the wick sat in this metal casing, little bowl, I guess you'd call it. And I squirted lighter fluid in there, but lighter fluid tends to evaporate. So I decided, well, I'm not going to do this for about 15 minutes, so I need to put a lot of lighter fluid in there. And I just soaked it and soaked it. Well, the wick was like a sponge, and it would only absorb so much. So the excess lighter fluid just pooled in the middle dish there. Just pooled there. Didn't realize it. I go to do the show. I'm up there. I'm doing the bit. I take the book in my hand. We'll pretend this is the book. It's actually my phone. I had the book in my hand, and I was talking about like, oh, there's somebody knocked on the door, so I brought out, and I'm talking. Well, as I'm talking, I'm holding it. The lighter fluid is running out of the book onto my hand. Unbeknownst to me, I just thought it was my own sweaty palms. I didn't know. So what happens? I open up the book. I do the bit. Burst into flames. I take the book. Oh my! Close the book and put it out. And I look over and my hand is on fire. I drop the book and my hand's on fire. So what do? I try to put the fire out. And it rubs lighter fluid on this hand. And now this hand is on fire. And I blow. And it blows that out. And then I try to put that one out. and then, oh, this one caught on fire again because I did this, and I'm going back and forth, and then finally, I put them both out. I'm like, oh my gosh, hilarious! Got a huge reaction. After the show, friends of mine will come up to me and go, oh, that hand on fire bit was hilarious. Is that new? I'm like, yeah, you're never going to see it again. And then I explained what happened, and they laughed at me. They mocked me, is what they did. Mocked me. Now, I didn't really burn my hand much. The lighter fluid was burning. And fortunately, the flame goes up, right? If I had my hands like this in a lighter fluid, it would have burned the back of my hands, and but it was basically I had like really, really bad sunburn on my hands. No blisters, nothing peeled. I was still able to do that. They were very sensitive, very red for a few days. All right. I learned my lesson. Right? I learned my lesson not to do that. I learned my lesson about the thingy and all that. But I also learned another lesson. What could this lesson be, Fred? Well, I'm glad you asked. The lesson in both those situations, and it's great when it comes to magic. Both situations, nobody went, he's on fire. They didn't panic. They just thought it was part of the show, right? They had an expectation. All right, well, it's going to be a magic show. Oh, look, fire. Oh, that's cool. Oh, look, he's on fire. That's funny. They had no expectations that this was going to be dangerous, that I was going to light myself on fire and be seriously injured, which I wasn't, fortunately. When you're posting on Facebook, right, your expectation is that, everyone's going to love this, right? And hopefully they will. And that's not even the point I'm trying to get to. The point I'm trying to get to is that they didn't know what to expect, right? When you're trying something, people see you fail. And that's what people are afraid of. They're afraid of people seeing them fail. So that's why a lot of people, they don't tell anyone what they're trying to do. They don't I'm not going to try to tell anybody what I'm trying to do. I don't want to see me fail. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Do what I did, right? Even if they saw me fail, even if they saw me caught myself on fire, I moved on with the show. The show must go on, right? If you're going for an obstacle, going for a goal, and you, quote, fail, don't let that stop you. Keep on going. Change what you're doing. Try something else. But keep trying to go after this goal. Don't let catching yourself on fire stop you from doing that. Did I still do those bits in the show? Absolutely. Did I do them safer? Absolutely. Because I learned what not to do, right? Don't put extra lighter fluid. Keep the fringe. I cut all the fringes off on both sides of the scarf at that point. Don't use a lot of flash paper. Yeah, exactly. I learned my lesson. I changed the action as I was taking, and I changed the outcome. I no longer caught myself on fire. What a fabulous lesson, right? Yes. So kids, don't play with fire. Don't catch yourself on fire. And listen to your old pal, Fred. All right, that's it for today. Do me a favor. Hey, share the love. Share the love again. Hit the like button. Hit the send button. Whatever. Just hit some sort of button and let people know about this. That way they'll get a good laugh. And this idiot friend of mine set himself on fire. And I'll see you guys on Monday. I'm out. Bye-bye.